Okay, so I remember at school, I used to get told that I was really bad at my timekeeping. And this is a prime example of just how bad I am with my timekeeping, as my half 12 live is currently running at 1 o'clock. But today I want to really focus on events. When I joined this amazing business that really changes your financial circumstances, I was told that events are the lifeblood of building a successful business. So I want to focus on that. We had an event on Monday night. It was absolutely fantastic. I'll see you on the other side.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so yes, events. Why are they so bloody important? Well, look, when you join a business like ours, we just announced our financial results to the London Stock Exchange yesterday. Absolutely amazing financial results. I mean, I used to work for Lookers PLC. They would dream to have the financial results that were announced by Utility Warehouse yesterday, a major British PLC listed on the London Stock Exchange. So, first of all, if you see this content, please please give me a comment, please share, uh, just give me some feedback. It always helps with engagement when I can always see this. I can see the different platforms that people are watching, and if you don't want to comment, that's fine. But it really helps if you were going live. I would like your stuff because I know it's about giving. When people give, you get back. So you need to give first. That's how this society works. If you're nice to somebody, then the universe gives nice things back to you. But if you're not nice to people, then the universe just gives you not nice things back. So make sure you give me a wee hi, a wee comment, or stuff like that. Hi Jen, how you doing? What's that? That's on YouTube. Brilliant. Good to see that folks see it on YouTube because I did notice the numbers are going up. So look, I really want to focus on events, right? The whole purpose of me doing these videos is to try and help. Either you're not currently with us and you're working in your job and you're feeling frustrated. We all have options, or you're with us and maybe you just need to skill up. And I remember when I first joined, I found this a bit of a challenge because typical salesman, I thought I knew better than everyone else. I wasn't prepared to read the books. I wasn't prepared to listen to the mentors. I wasn't prepared to listen to people who were successful in the business because I was like, no, I don't need all that shit. I know best. I'll just do it my way. And I really struggled. So why are events so important? Because when you join a business like ours, it's so simple. It's a really low price of entry. It's £10 to start your own business within a huge British PLC company. But rather than being told what to do, it's upon you to be that entrepreneurial spirit and actually be proactive rather than reactive. And in your job, you're reactive. You're told what to do and you react on what you're told what to do. And if you aren't told what to do, then you just don't do anything because you're getting paid and that's fine, but it's not that great money compared to entrepreneurs. Whereas when you come into this kind of work, you need to be proactive. And the proactive is you need to skill up yourself because the more skills you get, the more zeros you get at the end of your pay at the end of the month. So if you're in our business and you don't have many zeros, it's probably because you're not skilling yourself up. Whose fault is that? I hate to be harsh. It's yours. It's like, when the hand, when it points, there's one finger pointing at the person, but there's three fingers pointing back. So you might be saying, it's their fault, it's their fault. Well, those fingers are pointing back at you, telling you it's your fault. Come on. So it's all about being proactive, and events are where you learn these things. So we had an amazing Glasgow Buzz on Monday night. And at the Buzz, we had some really inspirational speakers. We did an event in Bulgaria full of the world's elite in our industry, multi-million pound earners who, rather than get up there and, polishing their nails and saying, look at me, I'm fucking brilliant, it was the total opposite. It was an event where they were saying, look, I made all the mistakes. And when I made a decision and I put a line in the sand and I said, I'm fed up being fed up. I'm going to stop pissing around and I'm going to start building something that means that when I die, my kids are millionaires. And the only thing that can do that is a leveraged business whereby there's the leverage through growing other people. Because a job, you're only just you. That's it. When you turn up, you get paid. If you don't turn up, you don't get paid. And even if you die, your job doesn't continue paying the income to your kids. Downsides of a job. We need them to pay our bills, fine, but for fuck's sake, don't let it be your only source of income. Look at the world, look at AI, look at technology, look at this. I'm online talking mince again. But yeah, I can access loads of people by sitting in my office, just sharing and helping folks. So I want to play a short video. Now, the girl I'm going to show you is not actually part of my team, but she's a really top performer in her industry. She's based through in Edinburgh. I've known her for years. Really nice girl. I remember I heard her speak at our kickoff event last year. So we do a kickoff event in the January. And she wasn't feeling well at all. She was really not feeling good. And you can imagine what it's like. You've agreed to go and speak in front of hundreds of people. You've put all the time and effort and preparation into it. And then in the morning of, you wake up and you're absolutely dying. You know, you're hanging. And it's not a hangover. It's just you've obviously got the lurgy somewhere. And she soldiered through. And I remember listening and just watching her and thinking, she's going to go to the top. And it was more because so many people would have messaged and said, oh, I can't make it, and let the people down who are running the event, or went and then just kind of moped around, and she didn't. She just soldiered through, and it just gave me I really like that. I like people who've got that fighting spirit in them, because too many people are just kind of, they just give up in life. So the sound is not great. From doing this, I have learned I need to buy better remote microphones. The sound's not perfect. You can hear it quite clearly, but it's just not, studio grade quality sound. So I've already figured out what I need to buy. But I want to share this, a few minutes long, and it's just her explaining why on earth she would travel from Edinburgh to Glasgow on a Monday evening when it's pissing with rain to try and skill herself up even more and mix with successful people.
According to the mic, so Kirsty, good to see you at the Glasgow Buzz.
Good to see you as well.
So you came all the way through from Edinburgh?
All the way from Edinburgh.
What's that all about?
Long journey.
Why would you come to an event like this? What day is it? Monday night?
Monday night.
It's pissing with rain, and there's a camera. I want you to tell folk who see this, whether it's UW partners or whether it's folk who are maybe frustrated in their job, why are you here? Because you've already got a really successful job, you're busy, you've got a lot going on. Why? What are you doing?
The importance for me is to network with other people, to hear other people's successes, other people's struggles, other people's stories, what they're doing to make things better, and how I can share with them what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to get together in the same room with like-minded people, but also especially for the new people, to let them see different levels of achievement, different things they can do. And for the new people coming in, I've got one of my new people with me tonight, just to let her see the level of support that there is there, because I think it's very difficult to portray when you've got somebody coming in just how amazing the level of support in this business really is.
Yeah. Because I guess what happens is, well, first of all, for folk that will see this, what is it you do when you're not in your UW hat?
So I'm a passenger operations manager at Edinburgh Airport. I've been there for 20 years.
Wow.
And my UW business allowed me to go part-time 3 years ago. So that's been an amazing. I was able to step down as well, so take a bit of responsibility and a bit of pressure off.
Yep.
And as a single mum, it's allowed me to be at home a lot more as well. So it's been absolutely life-changing for me. So it's nice to share that with other people and let them see what the possibilities are.
So somebody obviously offered you UW.
Yep.
Was it initially just a bit of extra cash you were looking for?
Absolutely, yeah.
So it started as extra cash.
A few £100 a month, just to, it wasn't even to take the pressure off, because I was earning good money.
Yeah.
I'm quite money hungry. I quite like money.
Right. Well, me too. So a bit of cash to start with, but you've been in it quite a while now, and you've really seen it start to develop that passive income side.
Yeah. So the passive income now pays for my vehicle, which is also a UW vehicle.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I start to see the big picture now, and that community eventually helps with that as well. It helps you to see what other people have achieved,
yeah,
and what's possible, and it just gives you a bit of that belief that there's something there and something bigger than what you possibly saw at the beginning.
And so you'll have utility warehouse partners who've joined your business, but they're maybe not at an event.
Yep.
What would you say to them?
Get to events. It's very, very, very important. I would say huge part of the structure. Huge part of just to, like I said at the beginning, to feel the support that they are, because there is support there. I don't think anybody in my team feels like they're on their own, but unless you're coming to events, you're not actually fully going to grasp that.
I find you need the belief, because there's 80,000 partners across the network, but because when they join, they sit in their house and they maybe go on the online portal and they do some of the online training, and then they go, shit, what do I do now? And if they don't come to something like this, they don't get to kind of build that camaraderie where they realise, all right, we're all in the one boat, we're all focused on achieving the same goal, which is further down the line, which is being able to tell your boss to... Would that be accurate?
I better not tell my boss that just
No, I know. Look, I'm saying that because I've done it, but of course, it's a journey. It's a journey. So look, I think that's all I really wanted to do. I just want to get people's feedback on why, because obviously I try and run this event in Glasgow. We've also got one through in Edinburgh. So anyone in the central belt of Scotland can attend either of these events. We started one in the Borders. There are also events dotted all over England as well. So if you're seeing this content and you've spoke to a utility warehouse partner, my advice would be reach back out to them. Ask them when the local event is. Go along, because we've got people in the room already who are not with us yet. They've just came to see what it's all about. And, statistically speaking, once they see it all, they'll be part of UW, won't they?
They will be. It's very easy to find an excuse not to come.
Yeah.
But excuses are easy, aren't they?
Aye.
But once you're here, it gives me such a buzz as well. Tomorrow I'll be on it. It just gives me a real buzz for just success.
Good. Well, listen, thanks a lot for just sharing a wee bit about it. So if you do know Kirsty, make sure you're on social media and all that, aren't you? Is there a handle or anything people would see you?
Just my name.
Just your name, full name?
Kirsty Logan.
So if you know her and you want to reach out directly to Kirsty, feel free to do that. You're on everything, Instagram, Facebook.
So Facebook's my main platform, but yeah, my Instagram.
Cool. All right. Well, listen, thanks a lot for sharing with us. All right. See you later.
So, sorry, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm not on mute. I was struggling there on the background with the technology, so I'm always out of my comfort zone doing this. But who cares? Who cares? Who gives a toss? Right. So that was Kirsty. She's based in Edinburgh. She said, "Really good job. You're not going on your holiday without people at Kirsty." She's making sure everything runs behind the scenes so that you can go to the bar, get your drinks, and then you can go and get on your plane and get away to the sun. But it's really quite interesting. Thanks for the comments, Jen. It's good to know that you're watching. Jen is amazing, by the way. If you don't know Jen, she is one of the utility warehouse partners who probably travels the length and breadth of the United Kingdom. Now, Jen, it's not easy for Jen to get around. She's in a wheelchair a lot of the time. A kind of motorized buggy, and she's the perfect example of somebody who has an excuse not to be proactive, not to be motivated, but she believes. Man, she believes. She's got her eyes on the prize, which is the passive royalty income. And Jen knows that if she just keeps consistently attending events, then her business grows and grows and grows. And because the time passes anyway, you end up with that lovely passive income. So really well done, Jen, because she was one of the first people who came to when we started doing events in Glasgow, we were doing them at what is the Fullerton Park Hotel, which has just had a rebrand, I think, Shorebrook Hotel. Anyway, we literally started in the basement of a hotel, and it wasn't like the most glamorous hotel. Basement of a hotel was we did when the pandemic finished. We tried to get events going. We started with like 10, and then we grew that to like, was it 50, 60 coming, and then we gradually upgraded to where you saw in there. There's a wee kind of picture of a more recent buzz, and that's the 18 Candle Rigs, which is next door to Grace's Irish Bar, and we use that lounge. We bring folk in once a month. We train, we coach, we mentor. We give them all the information about how they can impact their own lives by building passive income. And it's life changing. That's the thing. And that's why I wanted to just stress on those events, because At the event on the Monday night there, I swear to you, I was nearly in tears, and I guess it's that bloody guy in Bulgaria. I don't know what the hell he did to my brain. But now, like before, when I would go to an event, I would just treat it like kind of businessy. But these events aren't even business. See, when you've got people sharing real personal things that are hard for them to share, but by sharing it, you see them actually overcome like their selves. Actually, they overcome themselves by just deciding to come outside of their comfort zone. And once they get outside of their comfort zone, you really start to see them grow as a person. And then if you can grow as a person, then you can impact other people. And that's the real win in UW. When I look at people in my team, some people don't want to come on the journey with me because they're still stuck in their comfort zone, and that's totally fine. I just have to respect that, but I have to move on and say, look, if I'm going there, so you can either come or not. But there's a lot of people on the team that when they then realise that, oh shit, Dale's heading off, I can either go with them or I can stay. They actually step up. And that is the real win. It's what I find really exciting, really motivating. We're able to do that. And yeah, so look, events. What's the next event? The next event is we're actually doing a Christmas night out in Glasgow. There's a few tickets left. I didn't actually mean to discuss this on here. It's just popped into my head and I thought I'd mention it. So we are doing an event. I've kind of organised it. It's a Christmas night out, 20th of December, for utility warehouse partners that are in and around Glasgow, or anyone that is a friend of mine and wants to get involved. There was only like maybe 30 seats left. I have managed to fill 19 of those already. So look, if you're in Glasgow and you want to come to our Christmas night out, it was originally just, kind of my leaders, and then I've mentioned a few other people. So we've got 19 booked. There's still a few tickets left. It's 30 quid. It's an Indian buffet. There's a DJ, there's a saxophone player. Yeah. So if you want information, drop me a message. I'll send you the link. You can look at it, but you need to pay the next day or so because it's almost sold out. The hall holds 120, and I think we've got like maybe 8 tickets left. So that's the next event, Christmas night out. That's a great way of getting to know. Because the thing is with there's Jen. I'll just share your comment, Jen. Very true. I do travel all over and use my mobility scooter. I've also had a young man hit QD star today. Fantastic, Jen. Well done. Grown so much that he actually is changing jobs. Would never have had the confidence to do it. Brilliant, Jen. That's leadership. Well done, you. Well done, you. Because I know I don't know your intimate details, but I certainly know it's not easy for you to build your UW business, and you're an example to. Oh, shall I say this? You're an example to lazy utility warehouse partners. Harsh. I'll get a bit of hate for that. But then again, sometimes you need hit between the eyes to realise that you're maybe not pulling your socks up. If Jen can do it, you can do it. I've been expelled from 2 schools and built this business to quite a big level, top 1% of the company. God, if I can do it, anyone can do this. But you need to want to. I guess the thing is you need to want to. You need to believe in yourself and you need to want to. Good, Jackie. Well done. Yeah, Jen is very inspiring. And the thing is, the whole network knows her. Always got her purple on. You can tell Jen coming. You see the purple and you know she's there. So how long have we been on? 18 minutes. Brilliant. I was trying to actually stream this into a Facebook group and I'm really struggling. It's not letting me do it. Did I stream it to Insta? Because you behind the scenes need to press different buttons. I did. That's okay. Right. Look, that's me. To all of you partners who are attending events, I take my invisible hat off to you. Because there's no utility warehouse partner who's got to the top. Now remember, it's £83,333 a month is what we're capped at the top. Even if you can get to the next rank that I'm aiming for, it's still £7,000 a month minimum income. That's minimum guaranteed for 5 years. And even if you build to my level, it's a minimum of £2,000 a month. So anyone can do this. You just need to want to. Or you need to look at your circumstances. There was I used to work in the motor trade. I put up all these funny memes. The guy from Up the old guy that up the Pixar film. I love that film. And there was a really funny meme. Actually, there's a really funny meme. It's in my history, and it was basically saying, yeah, there it's there. Save images. See, I can actually do all this while I'll just show you. It's just really funny because I worked in this industry for over 20 years, and when I was in that industry, I knew I needed to do something else, but there it's there. So when I was in this industry, I knew I needed to do something else because all I was doing is I'll take that wee media asset away. I knew that for things to change in life, you have to change. I knew that I could see my commission checks going down year after year because all they do, if you're really good in the motor trade, is they just change the pay plan at the end of the year so that they just manipulate it so that you actually end up getting a pay cut, but they don't give you the pay cut. They just kind of change the plan to make it more difficult for you to earn the same as you earned the year before. It's just so sneaky. So it means guys that are in this industry, and girls, there's a few girls in there as well, people that are in this industry, what they end up doing is they're just, and again, and look, I'm not saying all of you, right? But there are a specific number. They're so blinkered, even though they're getting pay cuts year after year, that they don't make any changes. And I remember going round people in the motor trade when I was in 2018, when I was leaving to go and do utility warehouse full time, and I'd be saying, look, have a look at this pay plan. It's the same as like maybe selling cars, only you're not selling anything, you're helping people save money. But every time you help somebody save money, you get the kind of similar commission that you get from selling a car, but it doesn't then stop because in cars, once you sell a car, that's it. I was like, no, not only does it not stop, see, once the customer continues paying their bill every month, you get another wee trickle every month from that account. And I was the analogy I used, I would say, look, imagine every car you'd sold that you were getting a wee cut of every time they filled the tank with fuel, because you buy the car, but then you obviously need to fill the tank every month or every month. So say you're spending £60 a month filling the tank. Imagine the salesman got 1% every time the customer that you sold the car to filled their tank. You got 1% of what they spent filling the tank. I was about to use a calculator to work that out. That's kind of embarrassing. So 1% of £60, I think, is 60p. Aye, as 10% £6. So 1% would be 60 pence, right? And I was trying to say to them, look at all the cars you sold over the year. I mean, some people are selling like 300 cars, 30 cars a month, 25, 30 cars a month. They're selling 300 cars over the year. So imagine not only getting the commission every time you sold the car, imagine every time you sold the tank, they filled the car, you get 1%. So 60 pence. Right, so 60 pence times 300. 60 times 300. So that's, oh, for fuck's sake, 0.60 times 300. That means at the end of year one, if you did car sales, at the end of year one, not only did you make all the commission from selling the cars, but you've now got £180 a month in royalty income. Year two, you still sell all your cars, get all the commission, but now you've got, what's that, 360? Now you've got £360 a month in royalty income because of all the people who have to fill their car. And I was like, that's what utility warehouse do, but rather than having to sell cars and be working 60, 70 hours a week, wearing a three-piece suit, wearing your fake Rolex, trying to pretend that you're actually making good money, you can just help people save money on their bills. You're not selling anything, but you get the exact same thing, but you pick the hours. You pick the hours rather than get into a sales meeting at 8:30 in the morning to get told you're a dick every day, because that's actually what they do in the motor trade. By the way, if you're in the motor trade, I'd love some comments on that. I don't mind if it's a bit of hate. I'm just trying to, maybe let you understand there's a different way of earning more money and do less hours. But I remember I'm off in one here, but I remember in the motor trade, like if you weren't in the sales meeting for 8:30, they would lock the door, and it was a glass wall. So you've got 30 people in a sales office, and so the people you lock the door, and the people come up to the door, and it's just locked, and they're standing there, and everyone can see they're standing through the glass wall, just kind of standing there waiting to come in, and you weren't allowed in. So you were like, I mean, yes, you shouldn't be late, but I mean, how embarrassing! It's a really kind of, not saying it's Wolf of Wall Street, but it's pretty cutthroat. And they're now only maybe making 40 grand a year. You know, when I was doing it, it was 80. So these guys they're doing the same thing, making less dough, working the same hours, with more paperwork, more shit because of all the regulations from the FCA and all this kind of stuff. So they've got way more work to do, way more paperwork for less dough, more grief. And then I say to them, well, look, you can maybe build this in the pay. Oh no, I'm not into that. So I always think it's really funny. Only because I've been there. I was there 20 years doing it, but maybe I'm just more open-minded than a lot of people. That's funny, right? So I'll get a bit of hate off the motor trade guys because I'm kind of ripping the piss. I'm just trying to have fun. Who cares? I can't pay my bills with your opinion, right? So that's what matters to me. But if you are in the motor trade and maybe that makes sense to you, drop me a message and I'll explain how you can continue to sell your cars, but build something on the side with us so that maybe 3 years from now, when AI takes your job anyway, or Elon's robots takes your job anyway, you've already built something up so that it doesn't impact you. Whoa, rant over. Right. That's the wrong banner. So look, if you want to make a wee bit of cash, there's that one there. You want to make a bit of cash, and go to the website, SackTheBoss.co.uk. Fill the form in, sends me an email, I'll drop you a text message. I've literally had 2 people inquire as I'm doing this live. And yeah, if you do get registered, like if you were to register today, you can come to our Christmas night out on the 20th. And but at the end of the day, passive income trumps linear income every day of the week. If that doesn't make any sense to you, Google passive income, Google linear income, or just ask AI. AI will tell you. Because if you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm an idiot. But ask AI. It'll tell you the answer. Right. See you all later, troops. Thanks for watching. Please, I can see. I'm getting not as many comments as I would have thought for the amount of people watching. So, give me a bit of feedback. Help a brother out. Anyway, take it easy, folks. Set outro video. There we go. Set outro. I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Thursday, yeah.